Hey, Trip Kramer here from tripadvice.com, and on this video, we're going to be doing a very deep dive into how to meet and attract women in your 30s. Now, I'll say this, it's not much different from your 20s. A lot of guys in their 30s think that it's a whole new ballpark, and really a lot of it is going to be mindset. So in this video, we'll be talking a lot about mindsets because I've worked with guys in their 30s. I'm 32 at the making of this video, and I know a lot of people, friends and family who are in their 30s who have these wrong thoughts and really a distorted reality on what it means to date when you're in your 30s. And so I'm gonna be tackling a lot of those issues, going into some how-tos and helping you meet and attract women if you are single in your 30s. And again, if you're watching this and you're younger or if you're older, this is still going to help. So hopefully you still watch the video and continue till the end. I've found that the more time I spend around guys in their 30s, I happen to hear a lot of the same things. Like I said, different mindsets, false mindsets, that are stopping them from being able to meet more women. Now, I know that there's a lot of guys also in their 30s who might be coming off of a big breakup. There's a lot of guys who got into relationships in their 20s, this might be you, and then you end up in your 30s, wherever, early, late 30s, mid 30s, and you're like, wow, I'm single again. I haven't dated in many years. So you're kind of starting from scratch here and you're a little bit lost because you're like, what do I do at this point? Everything's changed. There's dating apps now. There's all these millennials running around and they're typing on their phones, and what the hell is going on, right? So I know that this is some pain points for guys in their 30s. There's also guys in their 30s who might be getting over a divorce or might have just gotten a divorce because they got married in their early 30s or the late 20s or so have it. And again, they were so used to being with that one girl that going out there and meeting new girls is really a complete mystery to them. So if that's you, this video is going to help you out a lot because we're going to be diving into how you can get over some of those fears, some of those frustrations, and be able to actually take advantage of this absolutely awesome age that you are at to date. Now, of course, there's benefits to all ages, but we're going to be talking specifically about you in your 30s. One more thing I want to add before we get into this is that if you want to take this really far and you're in your 30s and you're completely lost on how to do this, because I can only go over so much in this video, then I suggest that you check out my program called Hooked at getherhooked.com. Now, this is a course that I have. This is my main course. This is for guys of all ages, and it basically teaches you the fundamentals of attraction and how you can build attraction with the girls that you meet. We're gonna go a little bit over that today on this video, but this is more of a deep dive and giving you the whole step-by-step system to really get you to attract the girls that you're talking to. Different things on how to continue conversation and what to say to them to get them interested in you, all the way from where to meet girls. Doesn't matter if you're at a club, a bar, a sidewalk, but all the different ways in terms of how to start conversation and how to get them saying, wow, I want to see that guy again. So check that out. That's at getherhooked.com. You can check that out after you watch this video. All right, let's get into it. Now what I want to do is go over some of these negative mindsets that a lot of guys in their 30s have, things that I've heard before, and try to kind of destroy those one by one. So when you're going out there, you're not thinking about all this negative shit in your head. So I have a whole list right here. Let's knock these out. First of all, a guy in his 30s is saying this: I'm old now. I'm too old. I'm in my 30s. I can't go out and meet women. Or I can't do a cold approach type of pickup, right? I can't go out there and start talking to girls. Look at me, I'm old. If I talk to a girl who's 24, 25, I'm gonna be that creepy old guy. I'm that guy who's old and who's totally out of the dating game, and look at me and my hair is starting to gray and I'm bald and I'm that old guy, okay? So all different versions of that I hear. Okay, first of all, you are not too old to date, and I'll tell you why. Because I know people who are in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and their 70s who are still dating. You deserve to date more than anyone else. And I know you know this is kind of common sense, but I want to let you know that as a guy in his 30s, this is a really great time for you to be attracting all types of girls, right? Let's admit it. If you're in your 60s, it might be a little bit more difficult to be attracting girls in your 20s. But you as a guy in his 30s, you have a little bit more options. You're not at that point where you're this senior citizen. You're actually at this point where you're just old enough where you can be successfully and easily dating girls who are 21 all the way to pretty much whatever age you want. Now, again, it's up to you. I'm not telling you to date younger women. You can date older women too, but a lot of guys think that, well, you know, it's over for me and I can't be dating girls who are anywhere but my age, but this is not true. So really, whatever you desire at this point, it's fairly easy, okay? Because you're not too old, and there are girls who are younger than you who are interested in dating older men. And of course, there are women who are your age or older than you who are also interested in dating you. So you're really at a great age, whether you're 30 all the way to 39, even 40 years old, where you can be dating all different ranges. Now, again, I'm not saying that it's not possible for you if you're much older than 30 and you're watching this video. It's still possible. But what I'm saying is this is one thing that you can take advantage of because it is just a little bit easier being at this age. So you are not too old to date. You have plenty of options and it is possible for you. I know plenty of guys in their 30s who are dating women of all ages. So you have a big pool to choose from. It's pretty awesome. Okay, moving along with this is this idea that guys in their 30s, they say, it's so pathetic that I have to, watch a video like this or sit here and try to learn this stuff. I'm 30, I'm 35, I'm 39. I should know this by now. Oh, and then this is what they say to themselves, right? This is what guys are saying to themselves, and they come down on themselves that they have to learn this. Like they feel kind of like icky, like I have to watch YouTube videos on this. I've already been in a relationship. I've already had sex with many women. Like I can't believe I have to sit here and watch a YouTube video of some guy telling me how to meet girls. This is so weird. But you're doing it because you know that this is information that you want to learn because you are interested in meeting more girls and getting into a relationship. Okay, so now that we've kind of passed that, you have to understand this. The bottom line is that if you want to get results and you do want to meet more women, it is going to take you learning this stuff. We are in the age of information, which is amazing. How amazing is it that you can actually do this, that you can actually go onto YouTube or wherever and find information on the thing that you want to get better at. And right now, let's admit it, you've been in a relationship or you haven't been in any relationships and you're completely lost. So don't think of this as I'm old and now I have to learn this. Let me tell you something, there are guys who are divorced in their 50s and 60s who are trying to learn this stuff. So you should be really grateful for the fact that you're at an age where you're learning this at a very good time. I want you to get over the fact that you are older, right? So get over that and just focus on what you want, okay? So let's just be clear here. You want something, you want to learn something, you want to get something. Well, this is an opportunity for you to do it. So stop sitting in this mental space of, I can't believe I have to learn this stuff. And again, this might not apply to you, but I just want to make sure I'm covering all my bases here because I've talked to a lot of guys in their 30s that are almost like disgusted at themselves that this is something that has to be learned, like they think it's pathetic. And let me tell you something, I get what you're saying and I know where you're coming from, but the reality is this, if you want to get something that is amazing in your life, there is no harm in learning this. And let me tell you this, a lot of guys, doesn't matter what age they are, they never had the chance to learn this stuff. A lot of guys think this is something that needs to come natural. Like we're human beings, like people are getting together and getting married all the time and people are having sex all the time. Like this is not something that should be hard. Well, that's not true for a lot of guys, and you probably don't know this. There's a lot of guys out there, many guys who are watching this channel, myself included many years ago, who were completely lost when it came to understanding attraction and understanding women, right? You've heard the old cliche how women are a mystery, right? But in some ways they are. Now we're trying to learn about that and trying to get to that next level. So what I'm saying is that it's completely normal that you don't understand this stuff and that you don't know really what attraction is and what a woman, what it takes for a woman to be attracted to a man, okay? So there's that. But also at the same time, isn't it a great opportunity to be able to learn this stuff and get better results? You know, maybe you were with a woman in your 20s that you were dating her, and she was a girl that wasn't for you. You settled. You got into a relationship that wasn't right. And you look back and you're like, wow, I can't believe I wasted my time, or I did that, or whatever it was. Well, now you get the opportunity to understand how attraction works on such a level where you can be able to get a woman who is a better fit for you. Now, again, this is for any guys, doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not, but just understand that this is an amazing opportunity to get something that you really want. Okay, let's move on. Guys always say in their 30s, it's weird to go to bars and clubs. Now I'm in my 30s, I gotta go to bars and clubs. I gotta go talk to girls at these crazy places that I used to go in my 20s. I'm gonna be that weird 35-year-old guy at the club or the bar, right? Okay, so the way you should be looking at bars and clubs is just one avenue of meeting women, okay? And it really is a great place. I know a lot of guys are like, I don't want to go to the bars and clubs and it's loud and it's obnoxious and people spill drinks on me and all that stuff. And I get it. Yes, it can be very annoying at times, but let's not forget that this is an amazing place to meet women because there are women there who are single and they're looking for men. This is one of the only places besides maybe like a singles event or maybe an online dating, right? But this is one of the few places that women are eager to meet you, okay? This is one avenue. Now, of course, there's other things. Like I said, dating apps, online dating, there's ways of going up and talking to girls at grocery stores and coffee shops and all that stuff, right? There's plenty of avenues to meet women, but I don't want you to say I'm too old. You're not too old, okay? You go to any club or bar, yeah, it might skew a little bit younger, but there are still women there who are perfectly suited to be dating you and girls who want to meet you. So I would not throw out the idea of meeting girls at bars and clubs. It really is a great place. Again, it doesn't have to be the only place. It's not the only place. I just mentioned a bunch of places and different avenues that you can be meeting women in, okay? So we want to do that. We want to use all avenues here. And that's going to bring me to one of my first tips is in your 30s or your 20s, really this is advice for everybody, you should be using a little bit of everything. 1 or 2 dating apps, an online dating site, going out and meeting women. Now, I do suggest for you, and again, this is for everyone watching this video, any guy, any age, I do suggest for you to put more of an emphasis on doing cold approach. Okay, cold approach means you're going to a bar, you're going to a club, you're going out during the day, wherever, and you're actually going up and meeting women. What this is going to do is this is going to prepare you better for being able to actually attract her when you're meeting up for the first time. A lot of guys, they sit behind their phones and they sit behind their computers and they just wait till they finally get a date and then they're finally in person with someone. And then magically, right, doesn't really work out because they're not even used to communicating with someone in person. And for some guys, it can be very difficult to get a lot of dates over apps and online. So I suggest that you put more of an emphasis in person because eventually you're gonna have to be in person with the girl, right? You're gonna have to be face to face. And also, there's something about having the courage and building up that skill set of being able to approach a girl that does something really awesome. What it does is give you more options and social freedom. In fact, I believe that being able to go up and talk to a woman at a bar or on the street is way more powerful for you than meeting a girl anywhere else. You actually have a better opportunity because not many guys are doing that. And in my opinion, there are many more quality women who are not on the dating apps and who are not on the online dating site. So you actually have more options to do that, and it makes you a stronger person. Like I said, you have more social freedom. So it builds this courage inside of you. It builds this fearlessness that allows you to be able to really talk to anyone and have that social power. So when you finally get on dates with girls, or even, this is pretty crazy, but this stuff translates across the board. This translates to communicating with friends, with family, to public speaking, to anything where you need to go and you need to socialize. This translates across the board because this is one of the harder things to do, to go up and just spark a conversation with a woman on the street and then get her interested in you and then get her on a date, get her number, and move it all the way to the bedroom or relationship, right? So this is harder, and therefore, in this case, actually gets you better results and makes you a stronger person internally. Another thing that guys in their 30s say, well, how am I supposed to do this? All of my friends are married and or have kids, right? So a lot of your friends might already be in relationships. So what are you supposed to do as this guy who's now single in his 30s, trying to meet women? And Trip, you're saying to me, I gotta go now to the bars, I gotta go out, and I gotta start talking to girls. How am I gonna do that and do that without any friends? Because you're probably used to going out with friends, having a good time, and maybe talking to a couple girls. And at this point, maybe your friends are really busy with work, have their families, have other priorities besides meeting women, because maybe many of them have already gotten to that point. Well, let me say this. First of all, a lot of these people, unfortunately, will probably end up in the same place as you. I don't say that as a pessimist, I say that as a realist, knowing that the divorce rate is pretty high. So the whole point here is, let's not even compare yourself to other people, okay? They have their situation, you have yours. They might be in that situation. One day, you might be married, you might have kids. It doesn't matter. We're all in different places. But again, how do you do this knowing that they're in one place and you're in the other? Here's the great news. The great news is that you don't even want to have friends to go out and do this with. Most likely, some of your friends are not going to be as interested in putting in the kind of effort that you might be. A guy like you who's watching this video, who's really determined to be able to learn how to do this. And you don't need them to be able to meet girls. In fact, it's going to be so much better for you to do this journey completely on your own. Now, of course, I'm not talking about having a coach there or having a wingman who is just as interested in you, but either way, you going out and learning this completely by yourself is more beneficial because you're going to be going out and you're not going to have that friend as a crutch there. And I know this sounds pretty crazy, like, wait a minute, what? I got to go out and I got to like take an hour out of my day to go meet girls? I have to go to a bar alone, a club alone? This sounds insane. I've never done this before. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Having someone there is just a mental crutch, and that's all it is. Really having a guy alongside of you is just to help take the pressure off, taking the mental pressure off of the fact that you are doing this alone. That's the only reason why you would have someone there. It doesn't matter if you have someone there to actually go up and talk to a girl, spark a conversation, get her attracted, and get her number, get her on a date, get into a relationship, or have sex with her. It is not needed at all to have someone with you. I know this from personal experience, and of course I know this from a lot of other people who have done this before. You don't need to be with someone. They're not going to do anything magical that's going to help the girl that you're talking to get you more attracted. The only thing I could say a little bit, and even this doesn't matter, is when you go up to a couple girls, they can come up with you and talk to the other girls that you're not interested in, so you can focus on that one girl that you are. Yes, that does help a little bit, but again, it's not necessary. What you need to do as a guy who's trying to get better at this and learn this stuff, again, we're talking about more in person because obviously you don't need a friend to be in the dating apps or online dating or anything like that. But when you're going out and doing this in person and practicing meeting girls, it's really all about you going up to that one girl and starting the conversation with her. And then talking to her, doing whatever you need to do to meet her friends or whoever's alongside of her, giving them minimal attention, but really focusing on that one girl that you like. Again, doesn't matter where this is. Doesn't matter if this is a bar or a club or out during the day, outside somewhere at a mall. Either way, doesn't matter. It's really all about you going up to the girl that you're interested in and starting the conversation. The only reason why you would have a guy there is to make you feel a little bit better about the situation. But logically, you do not need that. So it is totally and completely unnecessary for you to have someone with you and have a friend join you in some of these escapades. Now you might be thinking, but Trip, it's really weird that I might be going out alone and doing this. What if girls think I'm a weirdo? What if they're asking me where my friends are? All these things. Let me tell you something. When you finally go out, and you go to this bar you go out during the day, wherever it is, and you meet a girl and it's successful and you end up going on maybe an instant date with her, maybe you even end up sleeping with her that night, or you get her number and you set up a date with this girl, you're not going to be giving a shit about who was with you, how weird it is that you went out. You're going to be so happy that you're getting results. That's all that matters. Everything else is all in your head. Everything else is all about what the media and what society has portrayed should be normal, right? Let me tell you something. All those people who are doing the normal way, who are just meeting girls through friends or through family or through their community, half of those people are getting divorced, okay? So, of course, I know more things add to the divorce rate, but the whole thing is that maybe doing it the old-fashioned way isn't the best way to do it. Maybe the best way to meet women, which we don't do, is what we're talking about here. Maybe in a whole new reality, in a whole new mindset, it's kind of weird to just be so lazy to just meet people that are introduced to you through friends, or hoping for the best and messaging 100 girls to hope that one responds to you on an app or an online dating site. Maybe that's a little weird. So you can think about this in a whole new way. Maybe it's a little bit more normal to be a guy who's like, hey, I know I want to have a partner. I know I want a relationship. I know I want to have sex with girls and I want to have a good time. Well, maybe I should be going out and meeting girls. Isn't that the way to do it? You go out and you start conversations with girls. I don't know. Sounds pretty normal to me. I think that the media and society has trained you to think that that is a little bit strange and that you should be doing it in this other way that most people are doing it, which isn't 100% successful. So be thinking about that. All right, one last thing in terms of mindsets is this idea that guys in their 30s are saying, well, Trip, now I'm old, I'm balding, I'm getting wrinkly, I look older, I'm fatter, my metabolism has slowed down, all these things. So you might have a lot of physical insecurities. You might even have a lot of other insecurities that have developed over the years because now you're much older, you live, more in terms of your life. Well, let's talk about some of this. So one thing you have to understand about attraction is that looks and money don't matter. So a lot of you guys in your 30s might be thinking, okay, maybe I'm like really old looking, but I got all this money now, so I have all this money, and well, girls like guys who have a lot of money, and all these things that a lot of people think and the media has told you, but this is not true. Looks and money do not matter. Women are attracted to behavioral traits, the way that a man behaves. And this is something that I dig really deep into my program Hook, but I'll give you a general synopsis right now. Women are attracted to guys in the way that they behave and show their fearlessness, show their dominance, and show their masculinity. And none of that has anything to do with the way you look or the amount of money you have in your bank. This goes far back into some evolutionary psychology, some theories, okay, about the idea that women were attracted to men thousands of years ago because of their behavioral traits, because money didn't exist back then and looks didn't matter. None of that was important for survival. None of that was. It was in the way in which the guy behaved. So really how attraction works is not about the money in your bank account. It's not about the way you look, but it's the way that you act and behave in front of these women that you're approaching and talking to. Just the whole concept of going over and introducing yourself to a girl and saying hi and looking her directly in the eye, that right there is already this idea of pre-attraction. She's already gonna be a little bit attracted to you because she's like, wow, this guy has the balls to come up to me and say hello. He must be confident because you're going up and doing that, right? He must have probably a lot of girls in his life, which shows this idea of social proof. If it looks like you have a lot of girls in your life, that means there's something about you that's attractive because you're able to go up and spark a conversation with someone. So right away, just going up and saying hi to a girl already helps, and that's because it's the way in which you're behaving. That's what women are attracted to. That's what they're looking for, that masculine, dominant, fearless man. All right, now how are you supposed to do this? You're a guy in his 30s and you're trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do? Well, there's a few things. In terms of the how-tos, I'm not gonna go into this video. How to attract women and how to approach. There is an entire channel right here that you're watching that teaches you every single how-to that completely applies to you even if you're in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s. How attraction works is the same with every different woman, okay? Attraction is the same. So if you want to look for how to start talking to girls, how to get them attracted, what to say, what women are thinking, that's all in this channel. And I want you to go through the channel and start looking up all that information. Okay, one thing I want to teach you as a guy in his 30s who's probably busy. I'm guessing that a majority of people watching this video in their 30s have a very busy job, have a career, something that they're working on. Well, I suggest to you who think you're very busy to carve out time during the day, during the week, during the month, to be able to go out and start practicing this stuff. Yes, it's going to take practice. It's going to get you getting back into the game, so to speak, getting you talking to more women. So really, I suggest that after this video, you download one app, put yourself on one dating site, and pick one day per week for 1 hour to go out and practice approaching and meeting women. Okay, that's what I want you to do. This is going to be really, really helpful in terms of giving you a whole span of women that you can be talking to in different areas. Now, I suggest that you also check out my program called Hooked. Okay, that's at getherhooked.com. And this is going to give you a whole A to Z step-by-step process with all the techniques involved for you to meet more girls, get them attracted, and get them hooked on you. I go over certain techniques and certain flavor formulas, as I call them, to make your personality shine and be able to still attract women by still being you. Okay, so whether you check out the Hook program or you check out all the videos on my channel, that's going to be your best resource for all the how-tos in terms of going out. But I know that the main pain point here is probably all the stuff we talked about, but definitely the time factor. So carve out 1 hour per week to go out and start meeting women and practicing this and putting this into your routine. And of course, you can do this as much as you want. That's just a suggestion. The more you do it, the easier it's going to be, the more women you're going to meet, and the more you're going to be able to put yourself in front of, again, more women. And one thing I should note is if you have a career and you have money at this point, that is something you should take advantage of. No, not to the point where you're showing off your money and attracting girls, but if you have money, that means you have access to more resources. That means that you can use that to travel more, to go to new places, to maybe get into some clubs that you might not be able to get into, to go into really anywhere you want, any avenue you want to meet more girls, to maybe even hire a matchmaker if that's something you want to do, to use the money to go to singles events or different charity events or any events, right? You have more access now because you have the funds to do that. So I would take advantage of that if that's something that you have. Again, not 100% necessary if you're in your 30s and you're completely broke. Not the end of the world, maybe for you, for your money situation, but not for the girl situation. You can still go out during the day or wherever and meet girls. But I do suggest as a guy in your 30s, hopefully, and I'm not an expert at this, so I can't give you much advice on this, but hopefully you are figuring out what your mission is in life and your purpose and the things that you want to do, because that will help in terms of attraction. You know, at the end of the day, if you want to get into a relationship with a girl, you want a relationship to work, hopefully you have some of your life figured out and you are on a path, because that is attractive to women. Another great way of meeting women here for guys in his 30s is through hobbies, through interests, things like that. So hopefully at this point, you lived enough life where you learned about what you like and what you enjoy. What are those things? Think about things to yourself right now. What do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing? This is an amazing avenue to meet women, but also a way of having a fulfilling life. A lot of guys who are in their 30s who are in this rut, or maybe they got out of a divorce or a breakup or something like that, they don't really spend a lot of time building out their life. Instead, they just go into the same old routine of going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home. So really in your 30s, it's about rebuilding your life and building something that you really enjoy, a lifestyle that you love. So when you meet a woman, she could be the one joining that amazing lifestyle instead of trying to pine after and find a woman and doing it really fast because all your friends are married and have kids. So really think about what it's going to take to build your lifestyle, doing the things that you want to do, having the goals, having your mission. Maybe that's your career, maybe switching careers because it's something you don't like. So I would put a lot of emphasis on that. I'm focusing on how can I build a life that I really enjoy, so when I do find a girl, she can enjoy it with me. right? So think about those things. I'd say that's one of the bigger takeaways of this video, not just about carving the time to meet women, but also creating the time to build a life for yourself that's going to be enjoyable for you and any other girl that you meet. And again, I talk a lot about that in my Hooked course, which you can check out at getherhooked.com. I know I've talked about that enough, but you can check that out in the link, in the description below this video, and learn more about how you can take this to the next level, building your lifestyle, but also learning how to get girls hooked and invested in you, even if you are in this age in your 30s. So what I want you to do right now, besides check out that link, is I want you to write in the comments below one takeaway from this video. So hopefully you made it this far. I know this is a long one, but what is one thing that you learned that was new for you today as a guy in his 30s? What did you learn? Or maybe it's not something you learned that's new, but you've heard it, before, and you're like, wow, it really hit you this time. It's really something that kind of made this effect of like, wow, okay, this is something I need to do or I need to get handled. What's that one thing? Write it down below in the comments. If you like this video, press like. I would absolutely appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video.